There is a quiet strength in people who choose acceptance over judgment. Not because they don't see flaws, but because they understand something deeper. That every human being is fighting battles you cannot see. Every person you meet carries a story, a past, a struggle, a dream, and a version of themselves they are still trying to become. And when you begin to accept others unconditionally, you unlock a level of peace and power that most people never experience. We grow up in a world that teaches us to compare, to judge, to categorize. We are told what is right, what is better, and what is acceptable. Without realizing it, we start placing people into boxes based on their looks, their choices, their mistakes, or their differences. But here's the truth. The moment you judge someone, you disconnect from them. And the moment you disconnect, you lose the chance to understand, to grow, and to truly connect. Acceptance is not about agreeing with everything. It's not about ignoring wrong behavior or losing your own values. It's about choosing to see the human behind the actions. It's about recognizing that people are imperfect, just like you. And once you truly understand your own imperfections, it becomes easier to accept those in others. Think about your own life for a moment. There were times you made mistakes, times you said the wrong thing, chose the wrong path, or hurt someone unintentionally. But you didn't want to be defined by those moments. You wanted understanding. You wanted someone to look beyond your flaws and see your intentions, your heart, your effort to grow. That same grace you want for yourself, give it to others. Because acceptance is not weakness. It is emotional intelligence. It is maturity. It is strength. When you start accepting people as they are, something powerful happens. You stop wasting energy trying to change everyone around you. You stop feeling frustrated when people don't meet your expectations, and instead you create space. Space for peace, for better relationships, and for genuine connection. Most conflicts in life don't come from big problems. They come from unmet expectations. You expect someone to behave a certain way, think a certain way, or treat you a certain way. And when they don't, you feel disappointed. But what if you replaced expectation with acceptance? What if instead of thinking, they should be like this, you thought, this is who they are, and I choose how I respond? That shift changes everything. Acceptance doesn't mean you allow negativity into your life. It means you understand people without letting them control your peace. You can accept someone's personality and still choose to set boundaries. You can accept someone's flaws and still decide how close they get to you. Acceptance is not about losing control. It's about gaining control over your reactions. And the truth is, when people feel accepted, they naturally start to grow. When someone feels judged, they become defensive. They close off. They resist change. But when someone feels understood, they open up. They reflect. They improve. Your acceptance can become the safe space that allows someone to become better. But here's the deeper part. Accepting others starts with accepting yourself. If you are constantly hard on yourself, criticizing every mistake, hating your flaws, and comparing yourself to others, it becomes almost impossible to truly accept people. Because the way you treat yourself becomes the way you see the world. If your inner voice is judgmental, your outer perspective will be too. So begin with yourself. Accept your journey. Accept your past. Accept your imperfections. Not as something permanent, but as something human. You are allowed to grow without hating who you are right now. You are allowed to improve without rejecting yourself completely. And once you reach that level of self-acceptance, you'll notice something beautiful. You become lighter, more peaceful, more understanding, and that energy naturally spreads to the people around you. You stop reacting quickly. You stop assuming the worst. You start listening more. You start understanding more. And slowly, your relationships begin to change. Because people don't need perfection. They need acceptance. They need someone who listens without interrupting. Someone who understands without immediately correcting. Someone who sees them without trying to reshape them. And when you become that person, you become rare. You become valuable. You become someone people trust, respect, and feel safe around. But let's be real. Acceptance is not always easy. There will be people who test your patience, people who hurt you, people who behave in ways you don't understand. And in those moments, acceptance becomes a choice, a conscious decision, not to excuse their behavior, but to protect your peace. You don't have to carry anger to prove a point. You don't have to hold on to resentment to show strength. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is let go of the need to change someone and simply accept that they are who they are. And then you decide what role they play in your life. Because acceptance and boundaries go together. You can accept someone and still walk away. You can understand someone and still say no. You can respect someone's journey and still protect your own. That is real strength. In a world full of judgment, be the one who understands. In a world full of criticism, be the one who accepts. In a world full of noise, be the one who listens. Because at the end of the day, people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did. But they will never forget how you made them feel. And when you make people feel accepted, you leave a mark that goes beyond words. Acceptance is not about others. It's about who you choose to be. Do you want to be someone who constantly finds faults, or someone who sees potential? Do you want to be someone who reacts with anger, or someone who responds with understanding? Do you want to be someone who adds pressure, or someone who creates peace? The choice is yours. And every time you choose acceptance, you are not just changing your relationships, you are changing yourself. You become calmer, stronger, wiser. You stop fighting unnecessary battles. You stop draining your energy on things you cannot control, and instead, you focus on what truly matters: your growth, your peace, and your purpose. So from today, make a simple decision. Choose to accept more, judge less, understand deeper, react slower. Give people the space to be human, just like you need space to be human. Because when you accept others unconditionally, you don't just improve your life, you elevate it. And that is where real power begins.